Week 6 of the NFL is finally here, and the Arizona Cardinals are set to take on the Green Bay Packers, and there's a lot of history here. Let's go ahead and dive in. 2015 was the year, and the Arizona Cardinals were playing the Green Bay Packers in Arizona. I was in attendance for this game, and the Cardinals snagged the crazy one. Aaron Rodgers had a Hail Mary converted on 4th and forever. Then he had another Hail Mary converted in double coverage to send the game to overtime. Y'all probably remember the coin flip. Then Fitz caught this pass right here, took it for a bunch of yards, got a little shuttle pass, took it in for a touchdown. Silencer. Killed Green Bay's hopes, kicked the Packers out of the playoffs in 2015. Then we're going to go to 2021, and I'm going to hurt a lot of Cardinals fans' hearts, including myself, because here the Cardinals were with a record of 7-0, I believe, with a chance to be 8-0. Leading a fantastic drive was Kyler Murray. He might have took him 99 yards. I'm not sure. He got him all the way down to the red zone from our own goal line just for AJ Green not to turn around. And Rasul Douglas, who was on the Cardinals practice squad, to get the game-winning interception and taunt in the face of fans. Just absolutely disrespectful. I'm going to call it how it is. I'm not saying it wasn't justified, but then Kyler Murray got injured on that play right there as well at the end of the drive. Missed a couple games after this. The Cardinals were never the same. Our season ended against the Rams in blowout fashion, and that was the end of that season. That's the last time we've been relevant. So Green Bay broke us. Yeah, so I mean, we have a lot of history here. So we're diving into week 6, where both teams desperately need a win in my eyes. Packers are in the NFC North, which is one of the toughest divisions. They are at the bottom with a record of 3-2. So go ahead and let that sink in. Bears are playing good. The Lions are playing good. The Vikings are playing probably the best football in the entire NFL with one of the best defenses, and they already beat Green Bay. So it's just absolutely ridiculous what they're doing. Then the Cardinals sit number 2 in the NFC West. Seattle obviously on top. And if they can get this win right here, I think the Cardinals are going to take the number 1 spot because they have a 2-0 division record. So I think that the 49ers, even if they win, it wouldn't matter. The Rams, same thing. They're 1-4 right now. I'm not worried about them. This is a big win for the Cardinals. Obviously very early in the season, but the Green Bay Packers, one of the best teams. If we can snag this win, it would be huge for us. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Green Bay's defense is something that is very middle of the pack in my eyes. I think they have a really good pass defense with a very average run defense, but as a whole, they're pretty solid, especially their safeties. Evan Williams is currently a backup for them, but he was one of the highest graded safeties in week 5. If he starts over Bullard, I would not be surprised going forward. Then Xavier McKinney, I cannot speak how excellent of a signing this was. Last week, 88.3 PFF grade. He has had an interception in every single game. We'll talk about that in just a second, but he has been such a fantastic signing. Giants fans are probably absolutely sick to their stomach. They lost him and Saquon Barkley in the same offseason, and they're paying Daniel Jones a butt ton of money. So, I mean, obviously things in New York aren't going so well. In Green Bay, a lot better. Xavier McKinney on the season has 5 interceptions, recorded 1 in every single game so far. He's playing out of his mind. 6 pass defenses, tied for 5th in the league, obviously 1st in interceptions. This guy has been unreal all season long and is making a case for one of the best safeties, if not the best so far. I think it is the best free agent signing in the entire NFL so far through the first 5 weeks. I think it is pretty consensus, pretty clear that he is phenomenal. And in a secondary where you have him and Jair Alexander, things could get scary. They got ball hawks. That just means that Kyler's going to have to be on his A game once again. He was like that in San Francisco, but you cannot turn the ball over to these guys because they will lurk you. Jair is still one of the best top 5 corners in the entire NFL, and then Xavier McKinney's playing out of his mind, ball hawking everything. Throw the ball his way, it is probably his. So Kyler Murray's going to be in for a tough day, but I think we can do some things to combat that. So we'll talk about that in just a second though, because we're going to stay on the topic of Green Bay. Jayden Reed, fantastic season so far. He's already over 400 yards and 2 touchdowns on the year. In Green Bay, I did not know what they had at receiver. And Jayden Reed has been the team's clear number 1, and I don't even know. I can't speak highly enough about him. Every game you watch, he's breaking a big play. He's getting open. He's doing everything right. So Jayden Reed, I mean, I didn't think the Packers had a true number 1 receiver, but this season he has shut me up completely. 21 receptions, 414 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. Just ridiculous year. And then you have Jordan Love, a very interesting quarterback, because after watching his film and kind of dissecting him, watching his picks, watching his touchdowns, like, he's a very shaky player. This is not the kind of season I expected him to have, but I mean, he was down after that game against Philadelphia. His first game back was against Minnesota. He missed a couple games. I believe he missed 2, and he's thrown 8 touchdowns. He's been pretty solid, but he also has 5 interceptions. One of those against Minnesota, I mean, you could argue is not his fault, but everything else has been pretty interesting, if I had to say so myself. Either he's highballing, throwing in traffic, trying to thread the needle, just making bad reads. Like, Jordan Love has been very iffy. He's definitely consistently giving teams the ball. And the Cardinals, who kind of struggled defensively up until last week, could capitalize on this, and we're getting Garrett Williams back, who's one of our better ball hawks. So if we can get Jordan Love to continually turn the football over, which in all 3 games so far, he has thrown an interception. He had a multi-pick game against Minnesota. 3 of them things. We might be in a good spot. My freaking concern, though, is Joshua Jacobs. Another free agency signing for the Green Bay Packers. 90 carries, 5th in the league. 402 yards, which is 4th in the league, and he just scored his first touchdown last week, if I'm not mistaken, against the Rams. He's been having a heck of a game. The Packers love to run the football. If it's not obvious enough, he is 5th in carries. And not only on top of that, but he is 4th in yards. So it is productive running as well. And the Cardinals, I still don't believe in their run defense. We shut it up with Jordan Mason and the 49ers, who were one of the best running teams in the league, and the Packers are right there with them. It's going to be very hard to stop them, but I mean, if the Cardinals can get some production like we got last week, then anything is possible. Darius Robinson might come back. Who knows what's going to happen there? But Josh Jacobs definitely scares me a little bit. I cannot lie. And like I said with the Arizona Cardinals, if they're going to want to win this game, they're going to have to do a couple things in my eyes. And first things first, let's go ahead and talk about it, is Kyler Murray is going to have to play turnover-free football. It's hard asking somebody to do this consistently, and you literally just need perfect quarterback play. I don't think you need perfect this week. Like last week, we needed almost perfect. He threw 1 interception. Outside of that, he was fantastic. Like Kyler, I don't think can legitimately turn this ball over. I don't think it's going to be a super high-scoring game, but Kyler's ball security has to be at an all-time high, and they're going to have to utilize his legs. And James Conner's going to have to get it going too, and that's the next person we're going to talk about, but Kyler Murray has to be utilized early and often. It can't just be one design run here and there, and for the game he has 3 carries. Like we saw what happened last game, it was very effective. He had like 83 yards rushing. That's what you need to unlock out of Kyler. If you do that, you're going to be in a very good spot. And then James Conner, you're going to have to do the same thing, man. You're going to have a fantastic game, not a fantastic second half. We can't get shut out against Green Bay, because Green Bay will control time of possession, and if that's the case, we're going to be in big time trouble. I think Kyler Murray is going to do everything in his power to will this team down the field. And James Conner, I need you to be able to get 4.5, 5 yards a carry this game. And they got to figure out a way to get these lanes open, because Will Hernandez is out. That is going to be such a huge loss. So I don't know how the run game's going to look, and I'm praying we just don't rely on the pass and make Kyler throw this ball 35 times, because if that happens, we're going to be in deep trouble. So James Conner, I at least need 80 yards out of you, potentially a touchdown or 2. Like you're going to have a big game for us to win this. If this relies on Kyler Murray hero ball, it is going to be very tough, because like I said, their secondary is fantastic, and I would just like to see Kyler Murray not have to do that in order to win the game. But I mean, if it comes down to that, I do trust Kyler Murray can bail us out in some situations. He did it last game with that 4th quarter play where he audibled and just found Marvin Harrison Jr. 101, chucked it up off his back foot, and literally that was the only play to be made on the field, and he definitely made the right one. So I mean, if Kyler Murray has to do it in spurts, I'm okay with that. I just don't want to see an entire game where Kyler Murray literally has to be the one to play hero ball. It's not a great position to be in. And defense, you have to step up all game just like you did right now. Bend, but don't break. I'm fine with that. If we're giving up 3 to Green Bay, that is fine. We just cannot give up 7 consistently. It can't be like a Detroit game. It cannot be like a Washington game. It literally cannot be like that, or we are going to be in big trouble, especially because this game is in Green Bay. If I had to make a prediction for this game, I'm probably going to say that the Cardinals end up winning this one 24-21. I think it's going to be very close, and I think the Cardinals do pull this one off, and it is going to be a very tough battle. I don't want to be biased here, but I might be leaning towards it. I'm not going to lie, because the Cardinals just got a very impressive win, but I also don't want to be stupid, because I know we're probably not going to blow them out right here. I think their run game is too good for us, but if the Cardinals defense can step up, I will truly believe. It's just hard for me right now. I got to see a bigger sample size. We got to do it more consistently throughout the weeks. This is a very important game for both teams. Let's see how it plays out. Cardinals fans, let me know how you guys are feeling about this prediction. Packers fans, let me know your predictions. Let me know how you guys are feeling about everything that I said. With that being said, that is going to wrap up today's video, man. If you guys did enjoy, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL related content. So if you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. But like I said, man, that is all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.